First up on the show, the rift is widening between the United States and Israel over the prospects of a Rafah invasion. Addressing the Israeli parliament, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu opposed the suggestion of the United States to refrain from a Rafah offensive. Netanyahu asserted that he is firm on extending the ground assault into Rafah, which he termed as the last stronghold of the Palestinian militants. The United States has given 3 reasons for advising against the Israeli move. It has highlighted the risk to 1.2 million Gazans in Rafah. It has also mentioned Rafah's role as a major entry point for humanitarian aid. And thirdly, the implications for Israel-Egypt relations because of Rafah's proximity to the Egyptian border. Washington says the step could also isolate Israel internationally. However, Netanyahu says the dispute with the US is only about Rafah's invasion and not about its goal to eliminate Hamas. Both the Israeli and the US representatives are meeting next week to discuss the disagreements. An Israeli team will reach the US to address its concerns and discuss an alternative plan to the Rafah invasion if needed. This comes against the backdrop of the Chinese diplomat Wang Kejian meeting with the Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh over the weekend in Qatar. It marked the first meeting between the Chinese and the Hamas official publicly. The Jerusalem Post, citing Hamas, reported that Haniyeh told the Chinese envoy that the war needs to end quickly. He also said Israel must withdraw its forces from Gaza and an independent Palestinian state should be established. The United States Secretary of State is also in West Asia for his 6th visit. Blinken will meet Saudi leaders in Jeddah and the Egyptian leaders in Cairo. If the US top official will stop in Israel is not known yet. Ceasefire talks are continuing in Qatar after Israel rejected the Hamas counter-proposal earlier on. Hamas says it will release hostages only as part of an agreement that would end the war. Israel says it will discuss only a temporary pause in the war. And well, for the very latest on this, our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report from Israel.
Chinese envoy Wang Kejian met Hamas head Haniyeh to discuss the war. Wang reportedly said that China is keen on relations with Hamas. China also appears to be keen to play a larger role in trying to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, particularly with public disagreements between the current American and Israeli administrations. However, China having relations with Hamas is likely to make Prime Minister Netanyahu view China as unbalanced. At the same time, Netanyahu has said that Israel needs to unite against US efforts to prevent an operation to target the last Hamas battalions in Rafah. The disagreement is not about targeting Hamas, it's about how to do that, with President Biden opposed to a ground operation. Israel has indicated that's what's needed to defeat Hamas and would evacuate civilians, but is sending a senior delegation to the US to discuss Washington's alternative ideas. This is Jody Cohen for WION World as One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.